Forensics expert exposes potential key to breaking Nancy Guthrie case. Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mother, Nancy Guthrie, has been missing since February 1st, but the Pima County Sheriff's Department has yet to name a suspect. A forensic expert has identified a potential key to breaking the case to find Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mother, Nancy Guthrie. On Saturday, February 28th, the Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI entered their 28th day of searching for the mother of the Today Show host. Authorities have yet to announce any significant breakthroughs regarding potential suspects. However, they have said they have discovered as many as 10,000 hours of video in the investigation, including the disturbing footage of a masked intruder captured by Nancy's front door Nest camera. Now, a digital forensic expert has claimed Nancy's possible abductor could be captured by discovering abnormal cell phone data, which law enforcement used in the Bryan Kohberger case. If the potential kidnapper or kidnappers turned off their phones during the time Nancy went missing and then turned them back on, law enforcement will see it. It comes after a mystery man who claimed he saw Nancy 5 days ago offered chilling new proof. You have to know what normal is to find evil, and this person's phone would be considered the evil. Heather Barnhart, an expert with Celebrite and the SANS Institute who worked on the Kohberger case, told the Daily Mail. The FBI's special agents from the Cellular Analysis Survey Team, CAST, have been sifting through cell tower data from a wide area around Nancy's Catalina Foothills neighborhood in Arizona. The team will then carefully compile data profiles of normal and abnormal phone activity, looking for an abnormality that could be the evidence that breaks the case. Nancy was last seen around 9:45 p.m. January 31st, after she returned home from dinner at her daughter Annie Guthrie's home, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos said. She was reported missing on February 1st after failing to show up at a friend's house to watch a virtual church service. When investigators began their search, they discovered that her doorbell camera had been disconnected between 1:47 a.m. and 2:28 a.m. on the morning of February 1st, when her pacemaker app dropped from her phone. However, a key to cracking the case may already be in cell tower data, especially if the intruder, seen in Nancy's Nest camera footage, turned their phone on or off, or made calls while near Nancy's home. In the Kohberger case, Barnhart said, the killer broke into 1122 King Road at 4 a.m., where he then murdered Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogan, both 21, and Xana Kernadle and Ethan Chapin, both 20. His phone was off between 2:47 a.m. and 4:48 a.m. If you think about Bryan Kohberger, his device was turned off, so the tower right near King Road probably wouldn't have picked that up at all, explained Barnhart. The forensic expert added, but when he left, he turned it on, because most people rely on their phones for navigation. Turning a phone back on pings nearby cell towers, and leaves behind the evidence in digital data files. Barnhart said, unless these people knew exactly where they were going, their phone will be off and then suddenly ping. So not just cell towers right by Nancy's home, but take it a few miles out, spread out and look. The night of Nancy's abduction may not have been the kidnapper's only visit to the area, so digital experts will also have to analyze data recorded weeks before the kidnapping occurred. If the person ever scoped out the house in advance, is there an unusual ping to towers? So, look at normal behavior. If we live in the same neighborhood, our phones are going to constantly ping that tower. Which ones are outliers? Said Barnhart. While the cell tower data could help investigators solve the case, it could take time, Barnhart said. People, I think, want answers immediately, and I get it, but it's hard to do digital forensics thoroughly, she said. And to me, they're doing a thorough job, and that's why it's taking this long. While some criminals know how their cell phone activity affects nearby towers, others don't realize they're leaving digital clues that could help law enforcement find them. The cell towers near Nancy's home will let authorities know whether her kidnapper knew of the impact of their digital footprint. In Kohberger's case, he didn't just turn his phone off. He turned off Wi-Fi and cellular before powering the phone down, like he was trying to completely get rid of his digital footprint, said Barnhart. However, this actually led to his discovery. In Idaho, that's how we knew, said Barnhart. There is this gap of information where there are no pings from his device. It's weird. Him powering off his phone gave us the perfect bookend of his crime, and really proved his intent to do harm to those kids in that house. Savannah and her siblings have expressed that they won't lose hope of Nancy's return and are praying for a miracle. Nancy has a number of health conditions, including one that requires her to take medication for survival. She also has a pacemaker, which authorities have tried to ping with Bluetooth reading technology. Please, be the one that brings her home, Savannah wrote in one of her latest Instagram captions attached to a clip of a Today Show segment about the case. She reminded followers, tips can be anonymous, and that the reward, now up to $1 million, can be paid in cash.